Knowing very well that Chandni was affected with heart problems, great care was taken to break the news of her husband, Slok's death, as softly as possible by her sister Naina. Naina uttered the news in broken sentences, camouflaging the hints in a half-concealed manner. "Chandni, you know what? Be calm and brave, my dear little sis. Slok is not in our midst now," told Naina, hugging her sister tightly. Nitin, Chandni's husband's friend, the bearer of this tragic news, was also there trying to console and provide support to Chandni. News of an accident which had happened in the wee hours of today morning near the outskirts of Pune was flashed as breaking news over the TV a couple of hours ago. Slok's name was seen at the top of the list of those killed in the accident. Shocked on seeing the news, it was Nitin who had gone to the nearby newspaper office to doubly confirm the news. He hurried to prevent any less considerate and less assiduous friend to be the bearer of this sad message to Chandni, for whom he had a special sisterly affection. Chandni did not receive the news, as did several other women with an immobilized inability to accept its gravity. "No, not my Slok!" So saying, Chandni broke down at once, with instantaneous and wild abandonment in Naina's arms. With the storm of grief having subsided gradually, Chandni slowly climbed the stairs leading to her room, and it was clear from her body language that she would be like to be left alone and have no one follow her. "Please leave me alone," she implored, and burst out suddenly. "Why has this happened to me? Oh my God!" She stood there in her room, staring at the wide open window, and sank into a wide and comfortable roomy single sofa. Chandni appeared fully drained and held down by immense mental and physical fatigue that captivated her body, that seemed to engulf her soul as well. She was motionless, except when a sob escaped her throat and shook her violently. She looked like a child who cries itself uncontrollably when put the child to sleep, and continues this sobbing in its dreams too. All of a sudden, Chandni arose as though awakened from a bad dream. She could feel the delicious breath of rain that was pervading the atmosphere. In the Patel Street just opposite her house, she could hear a peddler announcing his wares for sale at the top of his shrill voice. The notes of a popular Hindi song of the 1960s, which someone was singing, reached her ears somewhat faintly. "Oh, I can now hear my favourite Lataji's song wading through the air," thought she. Hearing countless birds chirping in the nearby patch of shady trees, she felt a bit calm and composed. Through the large window could be seen patches of blue sky scattered here and there, wafting through the passing clouds. Chandni, the young fair lady, was one who wore a calm face, the lines of which bespoke suppression and some toughness as well. The face had a different expression now, as there was this dull stare that shone in her eyes, whose gaze was concentrated far away towards one of the patches in the clear blue sky. It was not a glance of reflection, but rather indicated a suspension of astute and brilliant thought. Her intuition could sense something coming towards her, and she waited for it with a bated breath. What could it be? She just could not understand. She did not know. It was too indistinctive and evasive to define. But she could feel it creeping through the sky, coming towards her through the various sounds, fragrances and colours which engulfed the air. Her chest rose and fell vociferously. She started becoming conscious of the unknown that was advancing towards her to take control of her, and she strived hard to resist this force with her resolve, which proved to be as vulnerable as her two white, lean hands. Finally, when she abandoned herself, a small whisper word escaped her somewhat parted lips. She repeatedly pronounced the word in a soft tone. "I am free, free, free." The empty stare and the terrified look that had followed it disappeared from her eyes, and they appeared to be bright and zestful now. She could hear her pulse beating fast, and the blood racing through her body, which warmed and eased her entire body. She did not once question herself as to whether or not it was this beastly joy which held her. A plain and rhapsodic perception made her dismiss this suggestion as insignificant.